Mom, I have a question. Mom, I have a question.
What is your question?
It's a question. I have a question.
Okay. Okay. You're being silly. All right. This
Mom,
is
I have a
Drea
question.
with Mind Body Journey Mind Body Spirit, and today is part of our food scrap / EBT garden episode, and I'm going to be planting purple potatoes and yukon potatoes in different buckets. So these ones are purple potatoes that I bought from a grocery store, and they got little sprouts coming out.
Mom,
What?
can I go inside?
Yes.
Yay.
So before you plant, you want to wait until there's a little bit of these little roots coming out. It doesn't have to be a lot. They kind of look like little belly buttons, so as soon as it looks like an outie, that's when you're ready to go. So I already planted one. I think I planted it here in the middle. Can't even find it now. Okay, I thought I planted one. Maybe I didn't. So the best, whenever you see a good sprout like this, you want that to be pointed up. If you have a lot, you can kind of do it to the side, so that way the sprouts will come out. And so I'm trying a new method, because before I would just put them in different spots, like basically put a potato in, put a little bit of soil, then put a potato in, and then put a little bit more soil and put another potato in a different area. And I did that, and I had okay progress. But I'm gonna try this with, I'm using 6 potatoes, and I'm just putting a certain amount of soil, and this is reclaimed soil from potatoes that I harvested, and it has a lot of that Kellogg soil mixed. I'm not sure, it probably was the Natural Care mix, and some sand. So if you don't have money to buy rock dust, another thing you can use is sand. I wouldn't go too heavy, but you can even whatever your laws allow, but you can get it if you have a local beach or something like that, would be best, because then there will actually be some life in there. See, I got all the sprouts right here. So I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to do the yukons, but mostly I'm just going to have this video on this one because I don't want to make it too repetitive. So I'm giving them all space, and it's about to my knuckles, so I want to say 3 inches of soil here. And when I see the little sprouts coming out, I'm just going to add some more soil. So I'm going to see how this works, if I get a lot better results. But so far with all the potatoes I tried, the purple potato, and then I got a pink finger, has been the most productive in my climate. And it could have been the time that I grow them, but I've never seen like a huge harvest with any of the like yukon or russet potatoes. I get quite a few, because I usually do bucket, just because my soil is not all the way soft as I'd like it to be. I am my first year in doing the wood chip back to Eden garden, so it's not quite ready to put potatoes, which it probably would soften up, but I don't have all the tools, and this is just how I like to contain it and keep it in one area. So usually I've been using smaller containers, but I'm using, I think it's the 18-gallon storage containers with holes on each side. So 4 holes that I use a soldering gun, basically just a hole as big as the whole soldering gun, not just the tip. So that way the roots can't go underneath the ground. And I got it kind of here in the heel. Sorry, whoa, why is it so blurry? Okay. Sorry, the sun was in my face. I couldn't really tell if it was getting bleary. But this is my compost pile that has been sitting, I don't know, probably like 9 months. And I threw some potatoes in there and I harvested them. And then the big potatoes that were like the mothers, I put them back in. Some of the leaves still kind of look like and some of them actually died off. But you see some of them came back. So this time I buried them a little bit deeper because I think that was why I didn't get as much, because I kind of had it on the side, on the top, and more on the top. I didn't bury it very deep. So it looks to me like the potatoes need to go a little bit deeper depending on what you're using. If you're using something loose on top, then they'll kind of just spread. I've seen people even just grow potatoes under hay and did really good. So it's just really whatever your preference is. This is the way that I'm doing it, and I'm using purple potatoes. And purple potatoes are usually a lot more expensive than other potatoes. With these ones, I know I spent less than $1. And then I have the Yukons. There's a couple that look like they got a little fuzzy mold, but they already were sprouting when I bought these. So it's a lot less expensive to buy just used potatoes from the grocery store than from hardware stores. So these I paid like 69 cents and I got a whole bunch. There's a couple that got molded though because I have them in the bag still. And I'm gonna plant these the same way as this bucket. I just kind of put the purple ones in the purple bucket so I would know, because I have grown lots of potatoes, and then, you know, kind of just try to memorize what I have. So here I got a red bucket that I'm going to use, and this is my most shaded area, so I'm kind of indecisive if I'm going to put it right here in front of this compost pile or over by the other one. I think I'm going to put it by the other one, and once I see the sprout, I'm going to add some more in there. So this is going to be the potato series. We're doing 2 different kind of potatoes, and you can do whatever potatoes you want, and they don't have to be sprouting when you buy them. Just kind of when you buy potatoes, if they start sprouting, you can just use the ones that are sprouting, or if you want to purposely sprout them, you can just leave them for longer. I wouldn't leave them in the plastic so they get molded like the ones I had. A good way to do that is find a cupboard that you're not really using and just stick them in the cupboard where it's kind of dark, because potatoes are used to being in the dark and they might sprout a little bit quicker that way. But usually potatoes will kind of just start sprouting on their own. So there we go. I guess this video is gonna do a double. So usually before I plant my potatoes, I take them out and I decide where, you know, put each one in the spot that I'm going to plant it. So first I'll decide, you see how many I have. I don't know, what do you guys think? I should plant them, the ones that got a little fuzzy on them, or not, because I don't really want my stuff to rot out. I don't know if it's worth the trouble. I think I'm going to pass on planting those 2 in here. Maybe I'll put them in another container, because the mold's dried out, but it's probably going to come right back. Oh, that one has it too. Okay, so these 3 got a little mold. So I have 7. So I'll just do like that, and then bury them in the spots. And the ones, all the little sprouts, I'll just kind of point them up because they want to come up to the sun. These ones I'm probably going to have to start filling up a lot quicker than the other. And so then when I make my soil, potatoes don't need a lot of like fertilizer or any of that kind of stuff. And they like this woody matter as long as you put a little bit of regular soil, because they can move around very easily. So this is a time where you can go heavy on the cheap soil and get away with it, and they'll actually like it. So hopefully none of my squirrels or anything else mess with those. So I do have some other things I saved from harvest. I got some red potatoes, 4 of those. I saved the biggest ones. And I don't know if these were from the Home Depot ones, probably, I think. And then I got some of these little tiny, these are the ones I got from the compost. See, they came out really tiny, and they were regular sized potatoes. And then the pink fingers. So I'm not going to plant all of those today, but these are not all that I'm not going to eat. I'm actually going to plant them. So I will end that there. Stay tuned for another update on how my garden's doing. It might be in July, depending on when I upload this. But let me know if there's anything else that any videos you want me to share. And if you have any experience with potatoes, comment below and let us know what you like to do on growing your potatoes and how successful you were. All right, thanks everyone. Have a blessed day. And don't forget to like, comment, and share.